Hello guys, we're back with our next lecture. In this lecture, let us go through the next topic. Okay, so in this lecture, we'll be discussing the simplification of Boolean expression, guys. Okay, so till now we discussed how we can convert a truth table to Boolean expression, right? Yes. So now we are thinking of compressing that Boolean expression, guys. So there are two popular ways. So the first one is K-map and the second is a Boolean algebra, guys. So I'll not be discussing that much about this Boolean algebra laws, guys. Okay, it's not laws, it is a loss, LAWS. Okay, yes. So what we will do in this Boolean algebra loss is you will observe the equation and using some standard laws. I think everyone remembers, right? So those are laws, idempotent law and all those kind of laws, you will apply them on those equations. You will take something common, you will take that common, you will convert this into that gate and all those things, and you will compress the statement, compress the expression, guys. So that is just based on your laws and knowledge, guys. Okay, yes. So according to me, that's a bit confusing and tough. So that is the reason why I'll be using completely K-map only to convert or to minimize any expression, guys. Okay, so anyway, I am 100% sure that around 50 questions will be there in our previous year questions based on this K-map only, guys, like minimizing expressions, finding the expression whether both of them, whether this equation equal to this equation, like that. There are many questions in our previous year questions, guys. So that is the reason why mostly everything will be covered there, so don't worry that much. Okay, yes. Okay, so let us start the discussion with the K-maps, guys. Okay, yes. Okay, so K-map, the full form of K is a Carnot, guys. So he is the scientist who have discovered or developed this K-map method, guys. Okay, yes. So this method is really easy, guys. The only thing you need is you need to practice it a lot, guys. I'm clear with it. So the thing is, if you are practicing these problems, you can easily score the marks in this particular topic, guys, because there is a 99% chance that we could get a question from this. Okay, yes. So that is the reason why always concentrate while doing these problems. Okay, okay. In this lecture, I'll be taking around 1 or 2 examples only, and most of the examples will be covered in PYQPs, guys. So I hope everyone will be following till then. Okay, yes. Okay, so let us start. So basically, Carnot map helps us to compress the expression or minimize the expression, right? Okay, so if there is only a single variable, do you think there will be any kind of compression, guys? No, right? Yes. So what if there are 2 variables? Even then there will be a very minimum compression, right? Yes. So that is the reason why the standard K-maps start from 3 variables, guys. 3 variable and 4 variable. So 3 variable is also not that much popular or that much commonly asked. 4 variable is the most commonly asked, guys. Okay, so I think most of you will be thinking like, what are these diagrams, what are these and all those things, right? Yes. Okay, so let us start discussing. Okay, yes. So I'll be discussing about 3 variables, guys. So if in our previous year questions, if we ever find 2 variables, we'll be discussing about that also. Okay, if you want me just to draw the 2 variable one, I'll be just drawing it for you. Okay, so A, B are 2 variables. So what are the different combinations, guys? So here you can have 0 and 1, 0 and 1. That is nothing but A bar, B, sorry, A and B bar, sorry, yeah, B bar, B. So what is the variable here? That is a nut. So just to give me, I'll be drawing it again, guys, because it's a bit confusing, right? So let me draw this arrow a bit big so that will be clear for us, right? 2 variable, right? Yes. Okay, so here you will be writing 0, 1, 0, 1. 0 is nothing but A bar, A. Similarly, 0 is nothing but B bar, and 1 is nothing but B. Got it? Yes. So what is this variable, guys, indirectly? So that is a bar, B bar. What is this variable? A, B bar. What is this variable? A bar, B. What is this variable? A, B. So if you observe carefully, so we are just representing our variables or our combinations, okay, or our min terms or max terms in terms of a small table. So that is nothing but the Carnot map, guys. So few of you will be thinking like, how will it help? So most of you will be getting it out, right? Yes. So anyway, we'll be first of all understand the structure, guys. Then we will be moving on to an example and we will solve it step by step, guys. I'm clear with it. The video might be around 20 minutes also. It's okay. But our thing is we need to get a clear idea with respect to this topic, guys. Okay. So now you are clear with this 2 variable, right? So 0, 1, 0, 1. Got it? Yes. Okay. So now let us move to 3 variable. Okay. So once you recall how many slots it will have, guys. So it is going to have 2 power 3. That is 8 slots. Okay, so can you draw a square for 8 guys, 8 cells? The answer is no, right? So that is the reason why we will draw in this way. Guys, I am drawing this a bit big because to reduce confusion, guys. Okay, yes. So we'll be drawing in this pattern. 1, 2 and 3. So in this way you will draw. Okay, yes. And one more thing, whenever you are drawing these kind of maps, you will write some numbers inside, guys. So for our easy understanding, let me take some other color. So let me take blue. Okay, yes. So what is A bar, B bar, guys? It is 0, 0, right? Okay, so the result will be 0 here. Similarly, what is this value? That is this, right? So it is a 1, 0. The value is a 2. What is this value? It is 0, 1. The value is 1. So I'm writing in binary, in simple words you can say. So it is 1, 1. So that is a 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3 is the numbers. Guys, don't get worried like what I am saying. Once we solve an example, you will get a crystal clear idea on this whole topic, guys. Okay? Yes. Okay. So let us now continue with the 3 variable. So in 3 variable, on one side you are having 1 variable and on the other side you are having 2 variable. So on 1 variable we can write directly 0, 1. Right? Yes. But when it comes to 2 variable, the common pattern which we follow is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. But this format we don't follow here, guys. So what we will change here is, you will write 0, 0. You will write 0, 1. But you will write 1, 1. Then you will write 1, 0. So most of you will be saying like, why like that? Why like that? The major thing is, you will take something so common here, guys. While you are solving, you will understand anyway, but you will take something so common here. So whenever you are taking something common, in between a neighbors, there should be some relation, right? So if you take these 2 neighbors, here 0 is there, here 0 is there, done. In between these 2 neighbors, here 1 is there, here 1 is there, done. In between these 2 guys, here 1 is there, here 1 is there, done. Similarly, this neighbor and this neighbor, 0 is common. So basically it is a circular way, assume in that way, okay? But if you take this, so in between these 2, this is 0 is common. In between these 2, there is nothing common. In between these 2, 1 is common. But in between these 2, there is no common, right? So that is the reason why we just shuffled these 2. So that everything will be satisfied. Got it? Yes. So you can remember in this way, the main logic behind this is gray code, also the same logic, guys. So even in gray code, we change only 1 bit per thing, guys. So there will not be huge changes. Okay? Yes. Okay. So now you can draw, right? So it is nothing but AB. So you can write it in this way. AB, AB, C, C. So wherever 0 is there, just draw bar, guys. It's a simple way which I follow. Okay? Yes. Okay. So now I think everyone can give the numbering, right? So most of you will be saying that, okay, so numbering every time should I check like that? So the simple trick is right from top to bottom, guys. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Concentrate here. So after 3, where 4 should be there, guys? Usually 4 should be here. But if you notice, this row which should be there, we have moved it this side, right? And we swapped that row here. So just to swap the values also, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Guys, if you are getting any kind of doubt, write down the variables, guys. How I wrote here, you write down there, you will be getting the same exact results. Got it? Yes. So this is the 3 variable Carnot map, guys. You can just compare. So now let us try for 4 variable, guys. Okay. Guys, even when you are in sleep, if someone wakes you up and asks you to draw this K map for 4 variables, you should draw. So in that kind of practice should be there, guys, for these kind of things. Okay. Yes. So let us draw for 4 variable now. So 4 variable means 4 things should be there. 1, 2, 3. Done. Okay. 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. So A, B, C, D. Okay. So let us write first A, B everywhere. CD, 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 bar, 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 bar. Done? Yes. So now concentrate again. So here, what are the things which have happened, guys? So these 2 rows have been swapped. Similarly, these 2 rows have also been swapped. So now the numbering will be completely a bit zigzag pattern. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this is the numbering, guys. So most of you will be thinking like, okay, so it's okay for us. We are getting some idea about it. Okay. Yes. So it's matching, right? So in this way you can draw, guys. So few of you might be saying that in our college, we did not study it in this way. We studied in some other way. So we studied in this way. So above we wrote CD and below we wrote AB. Okay. And the whole structure is rotated, guys. So in few colleges, they followed this way, guys. Okay. So any way you follow, the numbering should be proper. That's it. So you can even follow in this way also. So you can think that I want to be a bit crazy. So you write A that side, B this side, C here, D here. So in this way also you can draw. The only thing is if I take any cell here, so I am taking this cell here. So what is the value? It is nothing but A bar, B, C bar, D. So it is nothing but 1, 0, 1, 0. Okay. Am I right? Or did I do any mistakes? Yes, I did a small mistake. 0, 1, 0, 1. So A bar is a 0, right? Yes. Okay. So what is this value, guys? So this value is nothing but 5. So it is matching with our cell number. That's all you need to do, correct, guys? So if you are able to map the cells properly in any way of structure, okay? Yes. Okay. So now you got an idea like what is a 3 variable map, what is a 2 variable map, and what is 4 variable map. So now you are clear with the initial part, guys. Okay. So now the thing is, so whenever you want to solve something, so basically what format is this, guys? It is a nothing but sum of products, right? So it is a product term, right? Yes. So this thing is in terms of sum of product. So you can write the same table with respect to POS also. The only change will be, so let me write it down. I think in my book I did not write it because I thought it could create some confusion. Okay. So 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Sorry. 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Okay. So whenever you are writing for POS, that is nothing but a product of sums, you will write in terms of pluses, guys. So if you recall, A equal to 0 and A bar equal to 1, right? Yes. So A plus B bar. Similarly, A bar plus B bar plus A bar plus B. Guys, I'll be taking a bit of time while writing this, guys, because I will be also a bit confused when I'm solving this. CD. Okay, so C plus D. So it is always easy to write in this way. So C plus D, then write in the opposite places. So wherever you solved previously, bar, you did not kept a bar, now you keep bar, that's it. So this is the same expression for POS. Okay, sorry for that, guys. Okay, so now you got an idea, right? So basically in most of my explanation, I'll be concentrating on SOP only, guys, because if we solve both of them, you will be getting confused, guys. Okay, yes. So in our PYQPs, if somewhere we get a chance to use this, we'll be using it. I'll be showing you some tricks without using this. You can solve using our SOP method only and you can get. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, sorry for that, guys. Okay, okay. So now you got a clear idea, right? So exactly how you can convert. Okay, so the same logic you can apply here also, guys. Okay, so if I want this particular location's address, I'll be taking the 5 only because we want to get that address, right? Yes. So A plus B bar plus C plus D bar. So A bar means 1, rest all 0. So what is this location? It is 5. So in this way you can find the location and you can map them, guys. So the final goal is you need to draw the matrix representation and the numbers. Okay. So once you have drawn it, 50% of your work is done, guys. And please don't do any silly mistakes, guys, because one silly mistake will cost you negative marks here, guys. Okay. Yes, I'm clear with it. Okay. Yes. Okay. So let us continue. So let me take this pen. Okay. Yes. So now whenever you have done drawing this diagram, so in question, he will give some numbers, guys. Okay. So if you recall, whenever we are finding a min terms, I used to write like this, right? So m of, so let me take this example somewhere. Sorry for that. Okay, so let me take this one example. It will be better, right? 0, 8, 2 and 10. Okay, yes. So assume that numbers are given in this way. So what he gave, 0, 8, 2, 10, right? So it is a sigma m, right? So what is a sigma m? That is nothing but a min terms. So what is a min term? It is SOP. So what structure we have drawn? SOP. So now you can write these values inside this. So whenever you are writing min terms, write those locations, 0, 2, 8 and 10. 0, 2, 8 and 10. So in this way you will fill, guys. So in a question he will give in this way. Got it? Yes. So once you have filled it, so now your goal is to combine them. Okay. So the thing which you should remember is I'll be drawing some basic structures, guys. Okay. Yes. So here there are multiple structures, right? So I'll be using these only. Okay. So the things which you can combine is you cannot combine diagonal elements, guys. So if there are only two values diagonally, you cannot diagonally draw a block and say that they are combined. Okay, I'll be giving you a reason like why and also. Okay, so don't worry. Okay, so you cannot combine diagonal values. Then you can combine horizontal values like two values. So you can combine these values. This is horizontal or vertical, guys, vertical. Okay, horizontal two values you can combine. You can combine four values in a square way, in a rectangle way. You can combine 8 values in a square way or in a rectangle way, in this way. Okay, you can combine 8 or you can combine 16. So when you can exactly combine is when all the values inside them are same. So if you are writing for SOP, there should be 1 1 1 1. Then you can combine them. Okay, and this is the basic method, guys. And one more method is there, folding, guys. So basically it will work as a paper, guys. So if you observe carefully, I can fold it in this way, right? Okay, so if one value is here and if one value is here, so if I fold them, both of them came beside, right? Yes. So even in this way you can combine. So if the one is there, one is there. So few students will be thinking, okay, so this is solo and this is solo, but they are wrong. So these two can be combined in this way. Okay, similarly, if there are 4 elements here and 4 elements here, you can combine in this way, 8 elements. And remember, every combination will be in 2 power only. So there might be 1, that is 2 power 0, 2, 4, 8, 16 and more. So as per your diagram. Okay, yes. Okay, so now you got some basic idea. And one more thing is a 4 quadrilateral folding, guys. So I told you can fold in this way and in this way, right? But you can fold in all the ways also. So here in this case, there are all are in diagonals, right? So you can combine them in this way. Okay, sorry that I cannot show that by folding something in 4 ways. I think it's quite impossible for me. Or let us try. So it will look something in this way, guys. Okay, so it will look in this way. Okay, I think I did not show it in the camera. Just give me a second. So I'll be folding these two and I'll be bringing this guy here and this last guy also here, and one guy is moving away. Okay, so in this way they all will combine and they will form a square there. Got it? Yes. So everything will be on your practice, guys. So if a number is here, you will combine these 4. If a number is here, so you'll combine these 4. If a number is here, so you'll combine these 8. So in that way, based on small changes, these combinations will change. And always combine the maximum, guys. So if there is a chance to get 8 at a time, take 8 at a time. Why to take 2 4 times, right? Yes. So that is the logic which we apply, guys. The thing is you need to practice, guys, these problems. So then only you will getting clear idea. Okay. Yes. So to make things easy, along with these midterms, you will have some don't care things, guys. Okay, so anyway, let us take some examples here. Okay, so here I combined these 4, right? Okay, so one more thing is, previously I told you cannot combine diagonal values, right? So most of you will be thinking like, why? So everyone will be getting that out, right? Yes. So the thing is, if I want to combine these two values, so let me write these values here. So it is A bar B, and here it is AB, and here it is C bar D, and here it is CD. Okay, yes. So the reason why I am combining them is there are something common things in between them, guys. Okay, so is there anything common in between these two cells, guys? Okay, so here B is common. Do you think so? The answer is no, right? So here this cell is having A bar B, C bar D, and this cell is having A, B, C, D. Is there anything common here, guys? So other than DB? No, right? So you cannot take a particular variable completely common, right? But like you cannot eliminate it completely, right? Yes. So that is the reason why you cannot take this. So we'll be understanding as we go on, don't worry. Okay. So but if these are here, okay, so if they are here, indirectly you can take these two elements, right? So if you take those two elements, what will be the result? It will be CD on this line. And in between these two, we are having A bar B and AB, which are common. B is common. So you will be getting BCD for this location. So if you try to expand it, it is nothing but A, B, C, D and A bar B, C, D, right? If you observe, what is this location, guys? It is A bar C, D, and what is this location? A, B, C, D. So with a simple term, we are able to represent it too. But that case is not possible with diagonal, guys. So that is a simple reason why we avoid diagonal squarings and all those things, okay? Yes. So if you take this example, here we combined 4 different corners, right? So now observe these two. So basically these two rows are there. So in these two, which is common, guys? B bar is common. So write B bar here. And in between these two rows, which is common? D bar. So D bar. So that is the result. It's a quite easy thing. The only thing is you need practice, guys. Got it? Yes. Similarly here, guys, I'll be taking an example, so don't get scared. Okay, yes. So here we are having 1 1, here we are having 1 1. So now compare. Again, these two rows are there, which is common? B bar, done. Among these two, which is common? There is nothing common. So nothing is there. So B bar is the result. That's it. Okay, yes. So if you might be saying that, okay, so how can I confirmly say that B bar is the result? So just assume that there is nothing here and write once wherever B bar is there, guys. So here B bar is there. So whole that row will become once. Similarly here B bar is there. Whole that row will become once. So 1 1 1 1. So there's no issue, right? So we got the same result. So in that way you can identify, guys. Guys, the thing is you need to practice as much as possible, guys. So that is the only solution which I give for these questions. Okay, yes. Okay. So implicants and those parts we'll be discussing in the next lecture, guys. I thought I could explain it in a single lecture, but I think it's not possible because it will be really lengthy, right? Yes. Okay. So let us introduce about don't care, and we'll be solving about these implicants, prime implicants and everything in the next lecture, guys. Okay. So don't worry. Okay. Yes. So now let us go through don't care. So basically here we marked once, right? Everywhere, wherever we got the values, we marked once. And you will be given some more things, guys, like don't care, D. So 4, 7, 8, 13, 14, they give don't care position. So instead of writing a 1, so you will write a D there. Okay. So let me solve it so that you will be getting a clear idea like how exactly what I am meaning, what I am trying to say here. Okay. Yes. So the question is F of A, B, C, D is equals to sigma of M, that is nothing but min terms of 1, 5, 6, 11, 15 and plus don't care condition of 4, 7, 8, 13, 14. So the first thing is they gave ABCD, right? Yes. So now draw our matrix representation K map. On top write AB and CD. So the first two terms write on the top and next two terms write on the bottom. Okay, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, AB, 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 AB. CD, 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 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So in this way you can draw, guys. Okay. Yes. So just give me a second. I'll be taking some other color pen so that we can write the numbers. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. Okay. Yes. So we are successfully numbered it. So the first step is, so once we have completed the numbering, so let me take some other color so that will be clear for us. Okay. So first let us write for min terms, guys. So at 0th location we are having one min term. So min term means 1. Okay. Similarly at 5 we are having, at 6, whereas 6 at 6 we are having, at 11 we are having, and at 15 we are having. So these are the locations for min terms, right? Yes. So now let us write down for don't care also, guys. So let me take the black. So 4. At 4 we are having don't care. So you can represent with capital D, small d, cross mark, anything, but represent something. Okay. Yes. So D. Similarly at 7 we are having, at 13 we are having, at 14 we are having. Okay. So the first thing is you need to understand is we need to mandatorily take ones, guys. So wherever 1 is there, they should be occupied in a particular square or rectangle or something, guys. Whereas don't care are not mandatory to take. Okay. So the first thing is whenever you are solving these type of problems, search for some things which are not that much valuable. And one more thing which I forgot is I forgot to write don't care at 8th location. Okay. Yes. Okay. So now let us continue. So the thing is take the things which cannot be taken easily. So if you observe carefully, this 1 could be taken, these 4, right? Again, these 2 could be taken, these 2 could be taken. So I am seeing multiple chances with this one, right? Yes. So that is the reason why take something which is unique. So if you take this one, so how many combinations can it make, guys? So there is no option with it. So it can make only this pair, right? Yes. Similarly, what about this one? Again, it can make only these 2. Okay. So now we are left out with this one. So this one can make this 2 or this 2. And this can make a 4 pair, right? Yes. So always take the maximum possible thing, guys. So that is the reason why it can take this whole thing, right? Yes. So now you will be writing the expression. So this is not. So these don't cares are not mandatory to take, guys. If possible, take, else leave them. Okay. Yes. So this one. Okay, so what is exactly this one, guys? So check, compare again. So among these two, so these two, right? So these two, which is common, and this. Okay, so among these two, which is common? A bar is common. So write A bar, and it is in which column? It is nothing but C bar D, or row or column, guys. I'll be getting confused within row and column. This is row. Okay, yes. Similarly, let us take this now. So this is occupying these two, right? So among these two, which is common? B is common. Again, it is occupying these two. So among these two, which is common? It is C, right? Yes. So I think this is my underline, my bad. Okay. Yes. So now again coming to this. Okay. So this is occupying these two cells. So among these two, which is common? A is common, and this is occupying this particular row, right? CD. So ACD. So this is our final SOP, guys. So it has been taken 25 minutes for the whole explanation, but now I think everyone got a clear idea, right, about this K-maps and all those things. Okay, yes. So try to solve as many examples as possible, guys. Okay, so in the next lecture I'll be discussing about what are prime implicants, essential prime implicants, implicants, and all those basic terminologies, guys. That lecture will be around 15 minutes maximum. Okay, yes. So I hope everyone got a clear idea. Please practice some questions, guys. Okay, yes. So just to type in Google K-map examples, you'll be getting multiple questions. And if you think that okay, you need my help or someone's help, please wait until the PYQP series, guys. In PYQP you will be finding many questions on this. Okay, yes. So I hope everyone got a clear idea. So in the next lecture, let us continue with the next question. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe for more awesome videos like this. Thank you.